Hello everyone, my name is Lindsay Wallace, and for my Capstone project I decided to do a branding campaign because I wanted to do something that encapsulates my two minors as well as my major. So my major, of course, is communications and new media, but I have two minors in graphic design and photography. So I wanted to do something again that encapsulates all of those things, and I decided to come up with a branding campaign. So for this branding campaign, I actually created everything for it. So what you'll be seeing later in the presentation, you'll be seeing the logo, the label, and the bottle mock-up within the product photography, as well as the motion graphic in the commercial that I made for my drink. So my drink is a lemon and lime flavored water. It actually uses lime juice and lime juice within the water, no artificial flavoring or anything. And so I wanted to represent that in the actual logo itself. So I have the elements of the bottle, that is the actual bottle that I ended up putting the label onto, as well as, of course, the lemon and lime elements, which is the lemon and lime slice on the logo. And I also reused those elements in the outer circle layer for the green and yellow, and it's kind of fun and fruity and fresh, and that's kind of what I wanted to show throughout the entire project, was a refreshing summer vibe that you just have fun drinking it. And so the outer layer kind of represents that, as well as the center blob, I guess you could say. It's an organic shape, and I used organic shapes throughout the entire branding campaign, even in the commercials and the motion graphic. And the reason is because I wanted to show the fluidity of the actual logo in the product, because it is mainly water-based. And I wanted to, again, show the summer, fruity, refreshing vibe, and to me that screams organic shape. So that's why I ended up using it in the actual logo. And the reason why I used a dark, lighter gray is because I didn't want to have a harsh black. I think harsh black would have been too much for the logo and the colors that I use in the main icon part. And so I went with a lighter dark gray, and I think it matches really well with the summery colors that I used for the the yellow, green, and blue within the logo. You'll also be seeing I created a black and white version, as well as the two tiny versions on the side. The reason for that is because I wanted to show the client that if they ever want to use this on a black and white document, that the logo would still look good. And I have two smaller versions there on the side to show the client that if they wanted to make merch of any sort and have the logo very tiny on a sweatshirt or whatever it may be, it would still work as well and not look all cluttered and a mess. So that is the reason why I have those also on this slide. So let me show you the motion graphic now. Before I show it to you, I wanted to tell you that in the background you'll be hearing a wave ocean sound throughout the entire thing, as well as birds chirping. And then once the video is done, I will talk about other audio choices that I decided to put in as well. So here's the motion graphic. Okay, there you go. So the first audio addition that I wanted to talk to you about, besides the birds chirping and the waves in the background, is this part right here, where the outer layer turns by itself. There is a water sloshing sound that I added to emphasize that point in the video, as well as there is water filling up sound when the center organic shape ends up being filled out like someone's pouring water into it. And then I have a final additional emphasis audio for when the center part, the bottle and the two fruits, come into view, as well as when the TAP goes up and down, and then one at the very beginning when the dot connects with the circle, and that is a water drop sound. I thought that was really cool and fun to add to, again, to emphasize those elements, but making it very short and quick. So now let me show you the label. So again, on the label, my whole goal for this was, again, to make it really refreshing, fun. You want to look and you immediately want to grab it, as well as you wanting to make it refreshing and, again, have that summer vibe. So to do that, again, I used only organic shapes except for two elements here, the pink at the bottom here, these little pink bars, and the pink right angles on this side. So the reason why I did that is because I just wanted to not make everything organic, and I think it works really well. As well as I just wanted to say that I added two more colors into the whole color scheme of this brand, and that is the pink and the brown. I added the pink because I wanted another color that was separate from the logo, as well as it being a summer color, and I immediately thought of pink, and it works really well. I also added browns, and the reason why I added browns is, again, it is a neutral color, but it does scream summer because it reminds me of coconuts, and it just matches perfectly with this color scheme because you would actually see it in the tropical environment. So other elements that I used from the actual logo are these little squigglies that are on the outer ring of the logo that are yellow and green, and I used that throughout all of the around all of the elements on the label, but they are pink and yellow instead of yellow and green. And then I also added the lemons and limes throughout the entire label. You could also see them as leaves. Both are perfectly fine. I think they work both ways anyway. I added a light blue color as the background color, and it's a little bit different than actually inside the logo. And the reason for that is because, again, I didn't want to be the exact same color as the middle part of the logo because I thought it would be a little bit too dark, and I wanted to keep it refreshing and vibrant. And I actually use that color in the background of the motion graphic. So again, it kind of combines everything as together, and it works really nicely with this logo. So that's the reason why I did that. Now, talking about the information on the label itself, everything is correct. I personally made the nutritional facts that those are all zeros. That is the actual nutritional facts for this. It is a really healthy, nice drink for you. Again, the ingredients in it, it's literally just water, lime juice, and lemon juice. I drink this myself. It's absolutely amazing. And it is in a recyclable bottle. There are no preservatives in it, and you would need, obviously, to shake it well and everything. Also, at the bottom, I added a distributed place that you see on every single product because it has to be. And I distribute it from my dorm room. So I have Shepherd University, West Virginia there. And then I have my personal portfolio website there as the fake website for the actual company as well. And then, of course, I have keep refrigerated as well as no sugar added, the fluid ounces, everything. So you might be wondering how I know like the fluid ounces and everything. Well, I actually base this off of a naked drink. So here you can see in my product photography that the bottle is an actual naked drink bottle. I didn't keep the dark blue naked drink cap though. You can't see it in this photo, you'll see it in the commercial, but I changed it by caulking the part where it's engraved saying naked, so it's a clean slate for me, and then I painted the cap to be split dye of yellow and green, the same as, again, the lemon and lime color within the label, and then the ring around the cap is white. Again, to have the summer fresh vibe, again, to bring into the lemon and lime aspect of it, and it works really well. So again, for the product photography, I know I'm probably repeating myself a lot, but I wanted to have that refreshing vibe. So I used drapes, almost like you're sitting on your porch or you're sitting by your window, the window open and your drapes are going by, and it's really refreshing and relaxing, and that's what I wanted, as well as having a white background. I think it works really nice with the actual bottle itself. So let's get into the commercial. So in the end of the commercial, you'll actually be seeing the motion graphic in it as well. And behind the commercial, you have a song as well as the same bird sounds, wave sounds, and an additional water element sound from the motion graphic to just smoothly blend the two elements of the commercial and the motion graphic together. So you'll be seeing that in So there you go. Some things I wanted to point out here. First, there's a shot of the bottle, but I wanted to point out that everything, including the motion graphic, was made in After Effects. Literally everything. The only thing that wasn't made in After Effects was the music, and that was done in Premiere Pro. But what I wanted to show you here is the caps. So you can actually see the cap of the bottle in this image here, and you can see that here on the edge you can kind of see the green. It's on a turning it's turning, so right now the side is yellow, but I swear to you there is a green on the side, and then again the ring is white. So I really wanted to point that out first since we just talked about it. But other elements in this commercial, you have the fruit elements you will be seeing throughout it. I used multiple videos of lemons, as well as here at the end I used these are lemons and limes being fallen, but you can't really see because they're blended with the a thing that I made, a kaleidoscope looking element, which you can see right, maybe not, right there we go. There you can see it better. It's a kaleidoscope looking thing from my actual label that it took from, and you can see here's the lemon, and then here's the bottle in the blue organic shape, and then part of the yellow organic shape on the outside. So right here, another element that I wanted to point out that I thought was really cool, which you can actually see better over here. I use an effect on the composition that I did here for the two bottles turning, and it was a really cool effect that I did to create that water aspect in it that I wanted to show in this video. And then at the very end, again, has the motion graphic included in it. So lastly that I want to show you is a combination of, or collage, I guess you could say, of all the different Adobe software that I used in this project. So if you don't know all this Adobe software, I can explain it to you, and it's very easy because Adobe actually color-coded the different applications for what they're used for. So let me start with the oddball here, which is Adobe Illustrator here, the orange one, and that is the software that I used to create the logo and label. And then the blue ones here in the corners, these are actually the photo editing apps. So I brought my photos into Lightroom Classic over here, and then I slimmed them all down, did the basic edits, and then I brought them into Photoshop, which does the heavier edits. And then that's it for the photos. And then for the purple ones, these are the video editing apps. So After Effects CP1 in the center here is what I created the commercial and the motion graphic in. All of that was done in After Effects. And then Media Encoder is just the After Effects exporter to make it into an MP4. So I didn't do any editing in Media Encoder, but I did have to use it. And then Premiere Pro is, like I said earlier, what I used to create the music. And I actually edited the original music by cutting it down, adding water effects as well as bird chirping into the actual audio itself, which I then ended up bringing into Adobe After Effects. So that is all the Adobe software that I used. I really hope that you like my project, TAP. And I'm sorry that you didn't end up actually get to seeing the bottle mock-ups in person, but I did make 4 if you were curious. And I really had fun with this project. It was a struggle. I started in December, but it was really, really fun, and actually I learned a lot from it, and I really had a good time. So I really hope you liked my project and my presentation. And I am Lindsay Wallace, and I'm signing out. Thank you.